not to grant the application that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, be allowed to reconfigure the BVAS machines for governorship and House of Assembly elections, now rescheduled for 18th March. Now, the court, of course, turned down that request and gave INEC the approval to reconfigure the BVAS for the next round of elections. And, of course, that next round of election has now been postponed to March the 18th. Don't also forget that before the appeal court now gave that ruling allowing INEC now to reconfigure the BVAS, the court had actually given, of course, the go-ahead to the presidential candidates. That's the presidential candidates of the Labour and the PDP now. Both parties had been given the go-ahead to inspect and carry out forensic audit now of the materials used for the election. And let's not also forget that the APC also got a similar order. Joining me now to discuss the fallout from the presidential election is Ayodele Adewale, who is a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress and a former chairman of Amuwo Odofin local government area here in Lagos. Thank you very much for coming on the program, Comrade Ayodele.
Thank you for having me.
Let's discuss generally the outcome of this election. And one area that I would really want to get your reaction on is, did you see your defeat in Lagos? Did you see it coming?
I didn't see it coming because we actually worked very hard and all of that. But again, a lot of people didn't come out to vote. And I think that is what accounted for the low numbers. And I won't call it defeat. I would just call it the low number.
it's a defeat anyway.
The APC was
because
able to
because the Labour Party won.
Quite frankly, they did. They did win, and they actually
What do you think your party
process.
got wrong? What do you think you didn't do right that caused you to lose the election beyond the poor turnout? And can you say, look, those who didn't turn out for the election would have voted for your party?
I will not say we lost the elections. Looking at the numbers of seats we won in the National Assembly.
Yeah, I'm talking about the presidential election.
For the
National Assembly, of course, you did well.
For the presidential election, the result was quite low. And it is not to say that APC is not popular in Lagos. And that is why I said that we should also look at the number of seats that we won in the National Assembly. We won all the senatorial seats. We won about 97% of the House of Representatives seats. If you put all of those numbers cumulatively, you will say that we actually won in Lagos. But with regards to the presidential, I would say that it has come and gone. Lessons have been learned. And by the grace of God, such a thing will not happen in future.
Well, you're saying such a thing will not happen in future. March the 18th, governorship election would be coming up. And look, the impression out there on the street is that your party is very jittery.
No, we are not.
Because some other political parties have now seen that, look, your party is actually beatable in Lagos.
No, we are not. We are not jittery. We've always been campaigning to people, so this is not the first time. If you look at all the presidential candidates from various parties, our candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was the one that went farthest in reaching out to people. Look at the number of campaigns, look at the number of strategic meetings that he had. If we must be true to ourselves, he did more, he reached out more. And that has been the signature of all our candidates in the APC. So for the governorship it's going to be the same, and it has been the same. So we've always reached out to people, either elections, time, or not.
Let me ask you this. When you look at the other political parties, I mean, you look at the candidate of the PDP, Olajide Adediran, you look at the candidate of the Labour Party, Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, who, of course, no doubt has sort of gained momentum after the presidential election. Which of these candidates now are you really concerned about that you think can really give you a run?
I'm not concerned about any of them. I'm more concerned about Lagosians. I'm concerned about the already going on programs that the APC has embarked on. I'm more concerned about Lagos benefiting from the center, most importantly. Now that a former governor of Lagos is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he knows the ropes, he knows the gaps, he knows the benefits that should be accrued to Lagos. The issue of special status will now be discussed in a very robust manner in the National Assembly. And of course, Lagos will get what it deserves. The issue of investors having more confidence in Nigeria, to come into Nigeria, come into Lagos to invest. That is what I'm concerned about.
And you have every confidence that your party can win the governorship election?
We are going to win the governorship, no doubt about that. What I'm looking forward to is to have a seamless growth for Nigeria and in Lagos. Don't be quick to forget that Lagos has the biggest economic hub in Nigeria. And of course, it's the biggest fifth economy in the whole of Africa. By the time Asiwaju finishes his 4 years, the ranking will change. Lagos perhaps might be the first or second biggest economy in Africa. Remember that when Asiwaju was governor of Lagos, he used his political capital to bring in Enron to produce energy in Nigeria as IPP. But it was frustrated by the Obasanjo-led PDP administration. If we have achieved that in year 2000, 23 years after, you can imagine where Lagos
well,
will be
but the truth is that as we speak today, of course, your victory in the presidential election and of course that of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is still under a very big question mark. I mean, you know, that victory has been challenged in court as we speak. You look at the way the election went, especially with the issue of the beavers and the non-transmission of results now, you know, real time to the INEC, that's the IREV now of INEC. Do you think, you know, this whole issue about INEC not transmitting the results real time and all of that, do you think it has tainted, don't you think it has tainted the victory of, you know, probably in a bad way now, the victory of your party in the presidential election?
Well, I would have loved to talk more about that, but again, to amount to sub judice. The matter is in court. Let us listen to what will come out from the court. As it is now, the court has given INEC the go-ahead to recalibrate those beavers' machines. And it also implies that the show must go on.